So you saw some really great initial results. Can you tell me a little bit, I want to go a little deeper, tell me a little bit more about the implementation, how that process worked.
Sure, it was really quick as I recall. It took about a week. You install the app, you configure the app, and then forget about it. And they have a really good account management team, I can say, at Yesware. Our rep helped us out tremendously in setting it up, setting up the reports we needed, and things like that.
So you a very quick implementation, you roll it out to the whole sales team. How has this impacted the way that the sales team operates?
It's made the sales team's lives way easier. What we were doing before was we were using 3 different apps to handle a few different problems that the sales team was having. Number one, they send a lot of emails. They live out of their email inbox, and they weren't able to see Salesforce data in there, so we had an app for that. Number two, they need to send a lot of templated responses to people because people ask the same questions over and over again. And so, they needed a separate app to manage their templates. And then third, it's really valuable as a sales rep to be able to see when people are opening your emails and responding to your emails and to remind you if they're not. And so we had a third app that did that. And, it was really tough to get all these apps to work together properly. So what we would notice is a few things. Sales reps would waste a bunch of time clicking back and forth between windows, Salesforce window, Gmail window. And then secondly, they were basically on their own to troubleshoot all the problems with these different apps. So they would be calling up support lines saying, hey, why doesn't this work? Why isn't this working today? And so, from the sales side, I think what they've seen is a huge time savings.
That's amazing. So what impact has it been on your customers?
Well, the customers, for their part, they really see a much more unified perspective from us. They see sales reps contacting them who know all the context about the account. They're contacting them at the right time because they know when emails are being opened and things like that. And there's not multiple people stepping on each other's toes and contacting the same person. So what they see is a really polished, unified front from Guidebook.
That's fantastic. What has been the bottom line impact to the business?
Yeah, I could quantify it in a few different ways, the impact to the business. For one, it saved hundreds of hours of actual time spent trying to support these other apps that we tried to amalgamate together to do the job that Yesware does. So, I would say once or twice a week, we would have a sales rep calling and troubleshooting a problem with one of these other app providers. And so that has saved maybe 100 hours a year or so of time that they can now spend selling.
Wow.
So that's important. But the biggest impact by far has been the time saved not switching back and forth between different apps on their computer. And it doesn't sound like much, but just those few second switches between apps take each rep maybe 15 minutes a day. And when you multiply that by 30 reps, that's 8 hours a day. That's an entire selling day that you lose every day if you have people switching context and not working efficiently.